Hi friends and family, I just want to start off this video by saying thank you to each and every one of you for the support that I've received in my first book, Open Windows, a collection of poems. It was really incredible everything that you guys said, all of the comments that you guys shared with me, all of the stories about specific poems. Really, it was it really left me speechless at some points, and I really don't have much more to say other than thank you, and I love you, and you guys are awesome, and I hope to have your support continually as I'm about to say that my next book, book number 2, is coming out here February 7th, the title of which is What We're About. And that's kind of what this video is going to be. This is just going to be me kind of explaining a little bit about this book, why I wrote it, why I'm continuing to write books, and there's going to be a little bit more towards the end, but really I just want to let you guys know how appreciative I am of all the support. Each and every one of you is amazing. And onto the book. So it's What We're About is going to be the title of the book. Obviously it comes out in February, so it's going to be about love. Valentine's Day is a week after the release, and it's going to be about love. It's going to have poems on, I love you and you love me and this is great, and it's going to be about that, but it's also going to touch on a lot of different topics that I think love is about. I think love has a lot of different aspects to it, and the second of which, besides just like being in love intimately with a significant other, I think a little bit more important than that sometimes is loving yourself, is self-love, and that's something that I struggle with. That's something that I can only assume, and that a lot of people also struggle with. I just know that it's the society that we live in, that we're not necessarily always taught to love ourselves, and that's really important to me. Before anything else, I believe that you need to love yourself before you can share any love or imbue anyone else with any more love. You really got to have love for yourself with what you're doing. You have to be comfortable with who you are. And it's something that, day to day is difficult to keep up, but I think the more and more you practice on it, the more and more you end up doing it, the easier it gets. And there's hard days, obviously. Every day is a struggle. Every day throws, a new loop at you, but there's things that we do, there's things that we practice, and we get better at it. And so there's self-love. Right alongside that is passion. There's a lot of, not a lot, there's a couple. There's about a fair amount of each topic, but there's poems on passion, about stuff that you love to do. For me, obviously, it's writing. It's taking care of Zazu, my cat, of my family, my friends. Those are my passions. But number one, obviously, right now is writing and doing those things, and it's about pursuing your dreams. It's about finding whatever your passion is and running with it, because as cheesy as it is, I really think you need to follow your dreams at some point in your life, because most people are going to tell you that it's not something that's reasonable to do, or they're going to tell you like, oh yeah, like you could do that, you could try, but you should have a backup plan, but don't sleep on yourself, man. Like for the longest time, like I always wanted to be a writer, I always wanted to do something, and I was like, oh, later in life. Man, I'm 19 years old and I have a book and I'm putting out a second one. And that's not to sound cocky. That's just me being confident about my passion, This is just me being really incredibly happy about where I'm at in life. And you shouldn't let that be something that affects you, That people are telling you that it's not something reasonable, it's not something feasible. You got to go with your passions. And so there's a couple poems on that. There's poems alongside passions. I think more so on the topic back of love is loving the people around you. Loving your friends and family, because after you learn to love yourself, you got to love everyone else around you, and that's when you can start loving a significant other. But you got to practice with other people first. You can't just go and start loving someone and be like, oh, we're in love forever. You got to practice with your family. You got to practice with your friends, the people that you hold close, your loved ones. Practice with your pets. You just got to love everyone. I think if you're not all about loving everyone, then what are you doing in your life? Really though, like, you have to practice loving everyone. You have to be someone who shares the love, who shares the positivity, because if not, then what are you spreading? You're spreading negativity. And no one wants to be about that. So share the love. And likewise, like, you have to practice it. You have to learn the right ways to love other people. Because there are wrong ways to do it. Unfortunately, we all know a little bit about that, And I think that's more than a perfect segue into this last kind of topic on the loss of love. Obviously, I can't talk about love without talking about heartbreak. It's one and the same almost. Like there's positive and there's negative. There's all these different things. So there's love, and then there's the loss of love. And if you're not trying to read about love poems right now, that's totally fine, because I got the exact opposite for you. Like there's poems on heartbreak. There's poems on just growing distant from people, because that's also a loss of love. And there's a few poems on when people leave, when people pass away, and when people move on from this earth. That is a loss of love, but then again, everything is a cycle, and it all comes back, and we feel love in different ways. So there's poems about that, and I really think that that for me is the full concept of love and what we're about, and what makes me tick, and what I think makes a lot of people tick. That's what I'm about. That's what this book's gonna be about. So there's that, just to fill you guys in, and honestly, I could not be more excited about this. There's a little bit more, like I said earlier in the video. This is not just me, letting you know about the release from a book. This is also about letting you know that there's going to be a YouTube channel where I'm posting videos of myself reading from my books verbally, so that you guys can understand where my emphasis lies. I've gotten a lot of people who are like, hey, I'd really like to hear you saying some of these, because whatever reason they had, there was a few, and so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Why not? Why not? I really enjoy saying my poems out loud. I performed them before, and it's really something I love doing. So why not share it with you guys? And that's really what this is about, is sharing my passion with all of you guys. And so that's going to be happening. I'm going to be posting a lot more on social media, mostly just pertaining my book. I'm not like a super socially media conscious person. I just forget to. But this book thing is something that I feel passionate about sharing. So I'm gonna do the most that I can about it, and it really makes me happy when I have the feedback that I've gotten, and I hope to continually have you guys' support while I'm going through this journey, and bring you guys with me as we're all experiencing things in life, and really that's what this is about. And there's gonna be so many more topics that I want to cover, but I really don't I don't want to flood you with all of these vibes that I have. Like it's gonna make me seem like a huge hippie, but I'm just a small hippie, and it's fine. So I just want to repeat again to you guys that I love you so much. The passion that you guys have given me, the support that you guys have given me, and everything. You guys are really the reason that I'm continuing to do this. And there's going to be more books. There's going to be more videos, so be ready for that. There's going to be so much more that I'm so excited to share with you. And I love you all, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your night and you're safe out there. I am recording this right before I'm posting it, because that's the kind of person that I am. Not only have I been working on this all day, but I'm about to just post this after I edit it. So be safe out there. I know the roads are crummy if you're in Minnesota, and if not, then disregard that last part. Just be safe, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night. I love you all, and this has been what we're about.